Hey guys, it's Hope. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on where I'm at with transition because it's been a long time since I did a YouTube video, and so I wanted to kind of touch base on that. The biggest things that I think have changed is like my hair. My hair is getting longer, and believe it or not, I actually had it cut already. And it wasn't that I wanted it shorter, it was because it was all virgin growth and I hadn't had it cut at all since I had a buzz cut, and it was actually getting longer on this side than it was on this side, so I needed to even out. So there's like a ½ inch taken off of this side, but it's getting so long. I love it. And layered it a little bit and colored again too, so I'm pretty happy with that. Some of the other things, well, I got new glasses, so my other glasses just were not working anymore, and I was running out of contact lenses, and so I needed some, so I got daily wear contact lenses because the other ones just weren't working for me, and so I can just throw them away at the end of the day. And then I got these cute glasses, so it's my first girl pair of frames. I'm so happy because I love them. Also, I'm wearing my hair different. So I was wearing like these kind of like athletic, stretchy type of headbands before, and I would wear them where I basically would wear them in front of my hair and push my hair all the way back, and it would just like cover my forehead. But I'm getting my hair is long enough now that I wear my headband either like this, or I take it off altogether and just kind of go with like a more free style kind of thing too. And it's lately I've been trying it. It's so windy outside, so I end up like taking my glasses and pushing them up on my head, or wearing my sunglasses so that I can use them to hold my hair back, because I still can't figure out hairpins like to save my life. But I don't know, I'm just happy with it, so it's fun. The other big thing is that I changed some things on my hormones. So I think the last time that I talked to you guys, it was like at my 3-month mark, and at that point they doubled the level of estradiol patches. So we went from 0.5 to 0.1, or no, 0.05 to 0.1. So they doubled the patch amount, and also went from a patch that I was using basically 2 patches a week, so I would change it at the 3-day level and then the 4-day level, and then, you know, whatever. These ones are 1 week. So at that was at 3 months that they changed that. At 6 months, still no progress, like at my levels. And so at 6 months, they didn't do anything with the patches. They decided, well, we're going to try to work on your testosterone. So my finasteride, which is the anti-androgen that I'm on, they doubled that. Instead of me basically cutting the pill in half and taking a half a pill a day, they just said just take a full pill a day, and that was the max dose. So I'm at the max dose on the finasteride. So then at that next level check, still, they added progesterone also at that 6-month level. So 100 milligram progesterone once daily. Pill taken orally. It's like a gel cap. So I did try putting it up the butt. I was not a fan of that. Like one time I must not have got it up there far enough, and then like when the coating or whatever melted, it just leaked, and then my underwear were all oily. It was gross. It just like leaked out. So I just swallowed them. I don't know. Okay, so that was uncomfortable. So at that point, I actually started to notice some changes, I think. So mainly in my breasts. So within like 2 weeks of being on progesterone, then all of a sudden my breasts started getting tender. And I started, not right away, but eventually I started to notice a little bit of growth. And so that was pretty encouraging. and also a little bit of fat in my hips, and my thighs are getting a little jiggly, but I think it's more from sitting around and not exercising enough, so I need to exercise more. Still eating pretty good, so I don't have too many worries with that, but I just it's been winter and I've just been like hibernating in the truck and not really doing a whole lot, so I need to get out more to work on my legs a little bit, because I have nice legs. I don't want them to get all fat and gross. So working on that. But the cool thing was with my breasts that at one point I went to, if it looks like I'm moving, I don't know if it does or not. I'm in Oklahoma and it is super windy and my truck is shaking. But anyway, so I got these silicone bra inserts. They just basically look like silicone boobs, and you just slip them in your bra to give you some chest. And I was wearing those for a while, and then when my breasts started getting tender, then it started to kind of bother me because there was like extra pressure on my breast then. So I stopped wearing them, and also because my breast started to grow, then it was getting bigger, and those were like a B cup, and so then it was starting to get to the point where it seemed almost looked like unnatural, because you know they're getting bigger, but still I had no real cleavage or anything like that. So so I decided to just skip them and I stopped using them. But I went to like a double bra pad, so like the pads that are inside my bra, just doubled up on those so that there was just a little extra thickness, and that kind of, you know, filled in a little bit. Now I've gotten to the point where I took that extra pad out, so I'm just using what came in the bra. So this is a regular bra pad that comes with it, and you can see, I mean, I have this little bit of shape now, so it's kind of cool. So I'm pretty happy about that. And so when I look at them now, I mean, they're tiny. They're like double A's maybe. I don't know. They're small, but they have a definite like round shape around the bottom, which is really encouraging because I know that they're growing. And so then I had my levels checked again a couple of weeks ago, which would have been my third level check. And so now at this point we have added progesterone, we've doubled the finasteride, we doubled the estrogen, estradiol, and the levels were still like the same. They were not anywhere near where they need to be. I still have very high levels of testosterone in the male range, and my estrogen is not even close to female range. So I talked to my doctor about it, and I asked her, I said, you know, a lot of girls are saying that, you know what, skip the patch, just go right on injection. And so I had originally chosen the patch because it's supposedly safer for women my age. But I talked with the doctor, and she said, you know what, you're healthy, your blood pressure's under control, your cholesterol is good, everything is good, you're healthy, and so I don't have any problem letting you try it. So we went on the injections now. So I just did my first injection. This is what I have now. So oops, if I can make it focus over here. So it's a 0.25 milliliter injection once per week. They did supply me with syringes and 2 different needle sizes as well too. So I only have to do it once a week, and no more patches. Patches are done, which is good because these big ones, they were not sticking well at all. I was having problems with them peeling off after just like 2 or 3 days, and I'm supposed to use them for 7. And then I'd like try to hold them on with like a giant band-aid or sports tape, and you know, you wonder like, is it even like getting into me because it's not tight on my skin? I don't know. So I'm happy that we switched it up. I just made my first injection a few days ago, so I don't know if there's any change yet, but it'll be interesting. So I won't get it checked again for another couple of months. Like, I just do it every 3 months. So we'll just keep injecting for 3 months and see what happens. But hoping that this is really going to make a change. Everybody that I've talked to that's went from patches to injections, they are like, oh, night and day difference. So we'll see. I will say though, I was a little freaked out. I was like super excited, but then I was a little freaked out when it actually came time to do the injection. So I drew up the syringe, and they give you 2 different needle sizes. What are they? The bigger one is to draw it out. It is, where's the number there? 22 gauge and then a 20 gauge to actually inject it. So you draw it out, then switch the needle, put the new needle on, and then you inject it. And I gotta plug my phone in because it's dying. I don't want it to die. Okay. So I went to go inject it, and I was like freaked out. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I've done injections on animals and things like that. I've just never done it on myself. So, and it goes in the thigh, you know, and I got some fat and stuff like that in there. But, you know, it's an inch long needle, so I mean, you stick it in there, and I would go to do it, and I just couldn't do it. And so then I'm like, I need some encouragement, because I was all alone in my truck. So I went on TikTok live, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys need to encourage me to do this, you know, help me, give me, you know, whatever, just give me some applause or something. And so I only had like 5 or 6 viewers. I'm like, where are all my viewers? Like, I've gone live before and I get a couple hundred viewers. And so I said, okay, if I get to 10 viewers, I will do it. And I only had like 7. And then all of a sudden it went from like 7, it went to like 20, 30, 60, 90, 100, 150, 200, like just in the blink of an eye. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So then because I had so many new viewers, I'm like, I have to explain what I'm doing again. So I went and I told them about the patch, and now I'm switching to injections. It's my first time and I'm super nervous and all this. So I went to do it, and I'm like, and I could, and then finally I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it. And I just like went to go stick it, but I stopped right before I hit. I'm like, oh, I just got to do it. So I just poked a little more, and it poked through my skin, and then I'm like, oh, that really didn't hurt. So then I just pushed, and it just went right in, and I'm like, it didn't even hurt. So then I pulled up a little bit to make sure there was no blood, pushed it down, injected it in, pulled the needle out, all done. Not even any bleeding. It was so simple. And so, yeah, I think it'll be all right. I'll probably freak out again the next time I do it, just because like that initial poke I'm like afraid of, but once it's in, it's no problem. So that's that. In other news, my divorce is final, so I am single now. I am happy now, because my divorce, it was just like super ugly. I mean, it's really sad, because we got back to being friends, and then a week before the hearing, she just like flipped out on me and just got all weird again and stuff, and she has not been the same since. She has been just horrible, and I still have, although I'm completely divorced now, I still have to deal with her because our property division, and I am waiting on my settlement money, and so she's a controller, and this is probably like her last bit of control, I guess, so she's just hanging on to that. I don't know, which is stupid, because she says she wants me out of her life, she never wants to see me again and all this, and I'm like, you know what, just finish this, get this done, and I will not bug you. I will be gone. I will gone, and I will never talk to you again if that's what you want. It's sad. I mean, I was married for 8 years, and I loved her, and she said she loved me, and just like whatever. So I am moving on. I'm moving all the way across the country. I am moving to Savannah, Georgia. I am moving to warm weather. I am tired of winter, and it'll be good to be far away from her too, so that I don't have to be anywhere near her. It'll be good. I know I won't run into her at the grocery store or something. So I am like really excited about that. I'm approved for a mortgage. I just need my down payment money so that I can buy my house. So waiting, and then I'm gonna go down to Georgia. I'm gonna go house shopping. So there's that. I still driving, me and Luna. That's pretty much it. So, oh, that's not it. I started a podcast, and maybe you already found it because you're on my YouTube page. So I also film my podcast and I put it on YouTube. So initially I just called it Simply Live with Hope, and it's just about just random subjects, just empowering women and people in general to really be their best self. And it's kind of supposed to be a little bit funny too. The hard part has been like trying to consistently get episodes out, because like I have been working like 65 to 70 hours a week, and just like non-stop, just go, and mostly just because I don't have anywhere to go. Like I stay in the hotel when I get home, but that costs me money, and so I only do that a couple days a month, like maybe 3-4 days a month, something like that. So I've been working really hard and just trying to find time to record podcasts. The other thing too is that I found out pretty early that doing it solo as a podcast was hard, because like doing a monologue for 30 minutes or longer, depending on how long you want the show, is tough to make it interesting. So I asked one of my friends to be a guest on my show, and I was kind of like bobbling between like having different guests on or maybe a permanent co-host. Well, so I asked my friend Jen, she lives in Oklahoma City, if she would do it. So she zoomed in with me and we did an episode, and it went really well. So I asked her to be my permanent co-host. So the show is now called Simply Live with Hope and Jen, and we hit random topics and just have fun, and she is super funny. And so we got some new things planned for our podcast as well too. Just a matter of trying to get things together. We've had a few technical issues, like I forgot to hit record on our Zoom session, so we did a whole podcast and it wasn't recording. Learning curves. But so it's also available as a podcast, of course, on iTunes, and Spotify, and Stitcher, and Google Podcasts, and all, pretty much everywhere you can get podcasts. So if you're driving and you want to listen to it, just search Simply Live with Hope and Jen, and you should find that. Otherwise, you can find it right here on my YouTube channel. So take a look. And then as far as this video goes, if you have any questions on my routines with my hormone or anything else with my transgender transitioning, feel free to shout out questions and in the comments, and I will answer those for you. If it's something super detailed, I might even make a video on it. So, or if you have ideas for what I could talk about on my podcast, or just a general video, again, shoot that in the comments and I will take a look at it. If it looks feasible, then I will do that. So thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button wherever it is. I don't know where it is. Probably over there. I don't know. We'll just go there. So hit the subscribe button so that you never miss a show, and you'll also get the Simply Live notifications when those pop up. And then if you have any comments or questions, put them in the comments down below, and I will answer those for you. So thanks for watching, guys. I love you. Bye.